everybody, this is Super Ty. I'm joined with Comic Book Brando in moments. He's just running around so we can get in. There we are. So we're about to do another live comic video for stuff coming out on the 13th of December, which is tomorrow. And as usual, if you guys want to, say hi, tell us what books you're really excited about, just, shoot us a holler. We will get back to you as quick as possible.
We'll do that.
Because that's what we do. There we go. Let me get this all ready.
I'll start.
Okay, you start it up. Ooh.
Mixing it up.
Yeah.
For you. Flash number 36 kicks off a new story arc where one of the rogues has been murdered. It's a murder mystery, which is great because Flash is like
He's a cop.
forensic scientist.
Yeah.
So it's got his name all over it, especially considering it's one of his villains. Who did it? Why'd they do it? Find out more. Not those answers, but you'll get to see what's going on right here.
My first one is Mr. Miracle number 5. If you guys have been talking to anybody in the shop or watching these videos at all, you will know that this is an amazingly great series. This more focuses on Big Barda and Scott Free having kind of like a little date day, but it does have that looming creepiness that the series has been having the entire time.
Well, I mean, he was, like, sentenced.
Yeah, to die, essentially. Yeah, so it's, man, it's a great book. It's really crazy. It's very strange, and that's why I love it.
Definitely an odd, wonderful read.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man number 792, Venom Inc. Part 2. So, who exactly is going to have the symbiote? Eddie Brock had it at the end of the last issue. You've got Flash Thompson fighting him for it, and he just became anti-Venom.
Right.
So that's awesome. And you've got former Venom character Lee.
I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his last name either.
Lee
Something or other. And he's got some Venom things going on too. He's got a little bit of a Venom situation. Plus, if you've seen the advertising and post and what have you, there seems to be a lot of villains that will have some Venom in them by the time this thing's done. So if you're a fan of evil alien symbiotes that just love wrecking Parker's life, there you go.
James says, hello, guys. And I say, hello, James.
Hello, James.
My next one is Action Comics number 993. This is getting up there. Just a couple of more weeks until, issue 1000. Pretty crazy.
You said that like it's just starting to get up.
Yeah, it's just starting to get close to being 1000.
993 issues? Man, remember in the heady days of 991 issues?
Oh, yeah. Whew, man, I was so young back then.
Like a babe.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, Booster Gold is in this. This story arc is actually called Booster Shot, which I thought was pretty funny. Superman has become unstuck in time, and he lands in a pre-exploded Krypton, and he's seeing some things that he never thought he would see before, both good and bad. So if you're a big fan of, fan favorite character, Booster Gold, jump in this, because he hasn't really showed up that much in a long time. He shows up every once in a while, but...
Do you know what his secret identity is?
Wasn't he a future sports star?
He was actually a sports star from the future.
Yeah.
Named Booster Gold.
Oh, well, there you go.
Actually.
Not a clever name.
Yeah. That's just him. Star Wars number 40. So we've had our original trilogy characters, Luke, Leia, and Han, interacted with Saw Gerrera. Gerrera. That's the character that Forrest Whitaker played in Rogue One. And then we've had... and he was also in the cartoon, right? Rebels?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. So we've had that interaction, but now the Empire is making things pretty rough for this planet, and the rebellion is going to take the fight to them. I am stoked for Thursday night.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going Friday night.
I am just ready. I've got my tickets. I've had my tickets.
Yeah.
Got like a good chunk of a row. We're all gonna Star Wars it up. We're gonna watch Force Awakens before, and then go right in and watch The Last Jedi.
Nice. I'm going Friday at 10:30 at night. I can't wait. And this is a good reminder for everybody. Austin Books is a spoiler-free zone. So if you see, The Last Jedi, don't talk about it when you get in here because a lot of us haven't been, won't be able to see it until like later days. So
If you want to share how excited you are,
yes,
that's fine. No specifics, please.
yeah,
We appreciate your keeping this a spoiler-free zone.
yeah.
Please keep your hands inside the car at all times.
Star Wars.
Chad's going Friday night at 9.
Oh, nice. Well, Shad, if you're at the Slaughter Alamo Draft House, I will see you there when you get out.
I think it's a fair bet that 95% of our community will have seen it by Sunday.
Yeah. My next one is the finale to Bug, The Adventures of Forager. I've been loving this book because it's all, the Allred family all doing it. Lee Allred, Mike Allred, and Laura Allred are all doing this, and man, I've been trying to describe this for a long time, and I still don't think I've been getting it 100% correct. But Forager, Bug, he's kind of lost in a space-time kind of thing with a creepy talking teddy bear and a girl, and he's obsessed with crayons, and he's just trying to get home. It's so bananas. But it's been really fun.
How excited are you for the Young Animal / DC universe?
I'm actually
crossover?
really stoked about it. I was reading that in previews not too long ago, and it was just like, yeah, sure, let's see what...
It's called the Milk something?
Yeah, the Milkman something. Or the Milk Wars?
Milk Wars, maybe?
Yeah,
I don't
something
think
like
it's
that.
Milkman.
But it's crazy enough for me, so... Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So James says, spoiler alert, it has a lightsaber in it.
Thank you, James.
True. Joel Ramirez says, totally staying off Facebook starting Thursday. Good call.
Yeah, that's a good
Joel.
call.
I have already talked to a customer who has seen it, so...
Really?
Yeah. I mean, this is a customer I trust to not share any information I don't want to be shared.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's already time to, stay off Facebook. Except for, right now.
Yeah.
This is cool. We're not going to spoil anything. Except for what happens in that X-Men comic.
Nope. Okay.
We won't spoil that either.
No.
Grave Trancers #1 from Black Mask. This is a creepy-ass book.
Okay.
It is really gross.
Excellent.
And weird. And brought to you in only the tradition that Black Mask can bring to you. So it turns out that inhaling the fumes of the burning dead gets you a special high.
All right.
And this is the conceit of this book. Check out that awesome art by
Oh, yeah, the artwork's really
James
nice.
Michael Wynot. I really enjoy the art style. Super creepy book. Really weird. Takes place in a graveyard that is the family that runs it not on the up and up. Based on a true story as far as out of the Chicago area. They were reusing graves and what have you. And,
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
Awful stuff. And M.L. Miller thought, what an idea for a comic book.
Nice. I'll be reading that tonight.
Yeah, pretty cool, pretty creepy, unnerving to say the least. So, Grave Trancers.
X-Men Blue #17. As you can tell by the cover, they're in the year 2099, which... What?
It's responding to Shad.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna lie. I was a huge fan of the 2099 stuff when it first came out. I mean, I was younger, obviously, but I was just like, yeah, cool, future stuff. And, but this whole story arc is called Cross Time Capers, so I doubt they're just gonna be staying in one spot. So get ready for a huge lexicon of X-Men mythology throughout time happening here. I'm really stoked about it. Colin Bunn's still killing it on it.
It is those guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm sure, why not? Let's see what happens.
I was just going to say, is Halloween Jack in it? No. maybe
No,
not.
I didn't see him in there, but that doesn't
But
mean
it's
he's
got,
not.
all the other guys.
Because he's
so
a
far.
shapeshifter.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Also like the shout out, welcome to 2099. Hope you survive the experience.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Okay, Drew Dodd, speaking of Black Mask Comics, whatever happened to Kel Exit? Issue 1 was so good, and then nothing. Didn't they do an issue 2?
No, they've definitely done more than one issue.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
They did an
3.
issue 2. I know for a fact on that one, but Black Mask, they take their time for quality.
They're slow.
Yeah, they're slow. I was trying to be nice, but
They're really slow.
they're really slow about putting stuff out.
I love the books, but they just have not figured out scheduling, which is pretty much a common thing with newer publishers.
Yeah, with newer publishers.
But, yeah, they're slow. I don't know, some books come out a lot more consistently than others, but then there have been some with family
a year between
tragedy, injuries and stuff like that. But I don't really know what the holdup on Cal Exit is.
Yeah,
but I know they've done more than one issue. Detective 970. So you've got Robin sort of like dealing with having faced a weird future,
a buttload
version
of
him,
stuff,
a terrible potential future. You've got Batwoman, who is potentially the cause of those problems. You've got a villain in the team in Clayface, and people don't like that very much.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things going on. A lot of pans in the fire in Detective Comics. It's all boiling over with the second installment of Fall of the Batman. So,
yeah.
There you go.
Punisher number 219. So, as you can tell, Punisher got the War Machine armor, and he is having a hoot. He's having a blast. Literally. Thank you. So, Frank's just, like, going to stop this, kind of dictator in a different country, because Nick Fury says, hey, why don't you just go do this for me? And Frank's like, sure, why not? And
so, it's like, are you going to give me a pardon?
yeah. So, like, this issue is actually, some parts are pretty funny because Frank really doesn't know how to work the armor all the time. Like, this isn't a spoiler at all, but at one point he doesn't realize that there's, like, safeties on, like, the guns and stuff. He's just like, wait, what? It's really fun. It's also very brutal because it's Frank Castle just kicking a lot of butt. But the artwork's really cool in it. Like, there's this really great... I'm not going to show you guys, but, like, that's such a cool image.
Yeah.
So, if you are getting that crazy kind of Punisher fix, number 219's out tomorrow.
Slap some Iron Man armor and call it a day.
Yeah.
Slots number 3. Tonight's the big fight night. So with Steve Dance... that's his name, right? Stanley Dance. I knew I didn't get the name right. Stanley Dance has this big fight, and he's pretty confident about it, feeling pretty lucky. I don't know, the guy's pretty big. And then his son is going to fight right after him.
Yeah.
So, what kind of shenanigans are going to happen? What pieces are being moved around on the chessboard, if you will? I love books like this with like seedy characters and questionable motives, and who knows what's going on. I love it.
Nice.
Good job, Dan Panosian.
Weapon X, number 12. This is Nuke Clear War, as it says. So, obviously, you can tell, there's some nuke business happening here. And...
I'll take a red.
Yeah, it is very mean-spirited, as only Weapon X can be. And there's this group called the Nuke Platoon. So, there's more than one. And then...
This is a very Tyler Mane-looking Sabretooth.
Yeah, they really do that. But, then that happens. So, I've actually been really digging this Weapon X book. At first, I wasn't really 100% sure. I was like, oh, okay, let's see what happens. But, yeah, it is actually a really great series. A lot of action. While some X-Men books are a little more talky.
The Lethal Mutants. I'm moving over to trades. There's a lot of trades to talk about. I see you got a bunch of comics still, but
yeah.
I'm just going to get right to it. Batman, Volume 4, The War of Jokes and Riddles. Man, did Tom King spin a crazy tale with this one. This all happened in the past, so Batman is talking to Catwoman about something that he needs to get off of his chest before they decide for sure if they're going to get married. And it's all has to do with the war of Joker between Joker and Riddler. When these two go at it, the entire town will likely burn, and a lot of people in the crossfire. A lot of villains involved in various aspects.
Kite Man.
Kite Man he was like a revelation in this book.
Yeah.
I mean, if for no other reason than you should read to see what the deal with Kite Man is. One of the lamest Batman villains of all time. Serves a pretty important piece of this story. So, get this. This is really good. I've been loving Tom King's Batman. It's just grown more and more on me. Fantastic stuff.
I like the review on front that says, this book is sexy as it is smart.
As a book as sexy as it is smart. I didn't get a whole lot of sexy from it.
Yeah, I know, but
It was like
Paste Magazine says so.
crazy and over the top, and like if you're a Batman fan, it's just got like everyone in it, so you get to see who takes whose sides. And
Yeah.
I've always been a big Riddler fan, so seeing him get some of his due as a contemporary to the Joker, nice.
Yeah, he's actually really, like, scary, the Riddler is in this book, and that's why I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it was good.
Speaking of sexy, Wicked and Divine, this is the Christmas annual that is coming out tomorrow.
That is a book that evokes sexy.
Yeah, so this is actually just a lot of little short stories about about this pantheon of gods and their hookups, I guess is the best way to put it. So definitely not for children. There's some very explicit nudity happening in this one. So, but if you've been liking Wicked and Divine,
Very
yeah, let me.
explicit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go.
Yep,
That is.
they went for it. So, Wicked and Divine, Christmas annual.
This ain't your parents' love, actually.
Yeah. Okay. That was awesome.
Yeah, because that's what that's about. Bitch Planet triple feature book 1. I killed time.
Okay. Woo! I'm ready. Let's do this.
So, you don't have to have read Kelly Sue DeConnick's wonderful Bitch Planet, even though you should have. This is set in that world, though, so it doesn't require any information from those other volumes. This is an anthology series by like other writers and artists, and it's set in a patriarchal world, where women that are bucking the system are labeled as non-compliant and sent off to a prison planet. Pretty crazy, yet a book for the times.
Right.
So give this a read if you have or if you haven't read Bitch Planet yet.
Port of Earth #2. The first issue was a big hit. Basically, if you're not familiar with this consortium of aliens comes down and say, hey, we just need a little way station. And not all the aliens want to stay on this little way station. Some of them want to get out, and they want to, check out the rest of the world. But we're not supposed to interact with them at all. They're just supposed to stay there. We stay, on shore. Everybody leaves each other alone. But, there's some ones that are getting kind of... I have no idea who that is, sorry. There's some people that are some aliens, not people, trying to get out, trying to see San Francisco. That's the best way I can put it. Yeah.
Philip says that last issue of War of Jokes and Riddles is an amazing payoff. I agree. It was a huge payoff. Angels and Magpies, a Love and Rockets book. This collects some of the more recent Jaime Hernandez books, including his strips for the New York Times, books from Volume 2 of Love and Rockets, and Love and Rockets News Stories, and there's something else included in here. God and Science, Return of the T-Girls, and The Love Bunglers. So this is like a full-on, like, past few years retrospective collection of Jaime Hernandez, wonderful artist, fantastic storyteller. Everyone should read Love and Rockets. It's amazing.
I still have a couple of more single issues. This one, which I think wins best cover of the entire week, is called Judas. Judas #1. This is by Boom Studios. Huge fan of Boom Studios. Ross Ritchie comes by every once in a while, which is very nice. So every story needs a villain, and who's the biggest villain in the most read book ever? Judas. So this is really about him after the big to-do, and he's kind of remembering his past, but he's also just walking around hell, trying to figure out how he got there. The artwork is spectacular inside. The same guy who does the cover does the interior art, but it's a little more Fiona Staples kind of like coloring, which I thought was pretty nice. I read this and, whoosh, it is pretty hardcore. One thing that I think is really cool that they do is Judas, if you've ever seen old Renaissance paintings of like holy people, they have this big disc kind of halo thing. Well, he has one, but it's all black. So I thought that was really cool, no matter what angle it is. It's just like... So I thought this was a really awesome book. A little sacrilegious, but some of the artwork is just beautiful in it. So...
I was pretty fascinated by the solicitation for that one.
Yeah.
Pretty pretty high up on my list this week. So
Yeah. So,
fascinating. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. Maybe he has a sister, maybe he doesn't.
mm-hmm.
He's not quite sure, but there she is on his doorstep.
Mm.
Along with some adventures with the Human Torch and the Tinkerer's good counterpart.
Okay.
A lot of things are happening. A certain villain that may have been associated with said sisters is around. And to top it all off, you've got a dinner with J. Jonah Jameson that's going to change the dynamic of Spider-Man for maybe ever. So
I was wondering if that issue would be in there, because
Yeah.
that was a solid issue.
it wraps up with that issue. It was one of the best Spider-Man books I've read in the past few years.
Yeah.
So, and I'm a huge Spidey fan. So there you go. That's my ringing endorsement.
Love Actually. This is
It's your parents love it.
Coyotes #2. The first issue was really crazy and really weird. They kind of explain a lot more happening in this issue. The first issue was a good setup, but left a lot of questions. Starting to answer some questions in here about a badass, like 12-year-old assassin of monsters. So, very awesome book. Once again, the artwork is very solid in there. You also get to meet La Abuela, the grandmother. So yeah, this is a very cool book. I really wanted to see where it's going, and now I can. Now I get some answers about some things, because I was kind of confused at first. Yeah, solid book.
Yeah, that's a pretty gruesome cover.
Yeah, it is, right? I love it.
Here's a book I know nothing about, but I would be very remiss if I did not mention that the latest volume of Princess Jellyfish is out. Look at that manga. That's like 2 mangas worth of comic book entertainment. A lot of our employees love this book. All I know is it's about fashion and romance and all sorts of stuff. So if this is your thing, enjoy.
Tex says, "What up, y'all?" And I say, "What up?"
What up, Tex?
My next one is Monstro Mechanica, #1 by Aftershock. So this is about Leonardo da Vinci and his apprentice and their robot friend that they made. And so there's kind of some underlying questions like, is the intent of an invention the invention's purpose? I guess is the best way to put it. Or, you know, like, if you build something for one way, why can't it do something else? You know, kind of like it's hard to describe the way I'm saying it. Like, for example, back in the day, people thought that the microwave oven was going to destroy, you know, family gatherings because you didn't put the work into it. But no, it was just an easy way to cook food. Or like television being, you know, the devil and all this stuff. So it kind of brings into some of those things just with giant robots from back in the day.
From back in
Back
the
in like
Renaissance.
500 years ago. So I really dig this. I love seeing a badass Leonardo da Vinci. So pretty stoked about this. I've been waiting for this one for a while.
That dude has gotten a lot of good comics.
Yeah, he does.
Like, he's been like,
Hickman Shield
Yeah,
series
that's
that
the first one
is
that came
still
to mind.
never finished.
oh,
Hickman,
yeah.
just saying.
I gave up on that one.
I just want it. It's like 2 more issues. Just get it out.
Never
Come
happened.
on.
All right, so Terry Moore, 25th anniversary sketch.
I want to look at this.
Oh, please do.
Thank you.
It's a huge collection of sketches by Strangers in Paradise and Motor
Girl.
creator Terry Moore.
These are
also
nice.
Rachel Rising. Yeah, beautiful art book. If you're a fan of his art style, you owe it to yourself to get this fine collection of his pencil art.
Yeah, this is great. I love his artwork.
Lots of kachoo.
Yeah. maybe a Sasquatch, who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, but that's beautiful. Oh, okay. So,
There you go.
yeah.
Terry Moore fans, take note.
This is my last single issue. This is Maestros #3. Wow. Imagine one day finding out that you're the next giant wizard of this entire dimension, and everybody has to do what you say, and you just want to like, hey, let's make everything better. You know, let's not make orcs half people. You know, with 3/5 of the vote. You know, he wants to make a nice utopia using magic. But as with most things, people don't like it when there's change, so he has some conspirators against them. There's some really gross visuals in here involving bugs eating things, but there's also a lot of humor happening in this book as well. So I'm really digging it. It's dark, it's funny, it's gross, but the artwork's really pretty. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like that book a lot. Steve Scroce is fantastic draftsman and storyteller.
Shad, is there a non-badass Da Vinci?
Nope.
Nope, can't think of one. And Philip says, Maestros is one of my favorite new books out. Yes, I agree 100%, Philip. I
Yeah.
think it's great.
I have dug it quite a bit. Brave Chef Brianna. This is a nice book for those that are a little bit different from my own taste, that want something that is not like everything else. She has set up her restaurant in the unfortunate area of Monster City. So she has to change up her delicacies so that it's something that might appeal to these various monstrous clientele. Fun read, cute art style, definitely appropriate for all audiences, and you've got 4 delicious recipes to cook as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, from cook Stephanie Goldfarb.
Oh, nice.
What does she make? Let's find out.
Hmm.
I'm always in the market for a good new recipe. Brazilian cheese waffle breakfast sandwiches.
Okay, awesome.
Banzeo savory Vietnamese crepes.
Ooh, crepes.
Oh, sounds delicious. Buffalo chicken tater tot casserole.
I'm buying this book.
Hello. And calamari sushi.
Nice.
Delicious. I'm in. I don't know if I want to make my own sushi, but
I don't trust myself.
I'm down for some buffalo.
I can trust
tater
myself
tot
to make some
casserole.
waffles.
Yeah.
My next one is Lady Killer Volume 2. This book is awesome. If you are wanting a book about a really nice housewife that will kill anybody for money, this is your kind of book. I always imagine that the main character should be played by a 1960s Mary Tyler Moore. So whenever I hear her talk, I just imagine the Dick Van Dyke Show. And this is great. Super violent, but this...
Very different tone than from Dick Van Dyke.
Yes, just a little bit. But the artwork is great, but it's also very visceral. That's a good word I would use on this.
You know who I'd cast her as her?
Who?
Gina Gershon.
Nice. I actually just watched Face Off recently, and I forgot that Gina Gershon was in that.
I also forgot she was in that.
Yeah. Oh, God, that movie is so great bad. So anyways, it took a while for this book to finish up, but it finally finished. We now have a second volume collected, and if you want if you want a Mad Men mixed with like just straight up murder, this is the book.
Mad Men and Murder.
Murder Man Mad.
Ms. Marvel, Volume 8. So Kamala's trying to save a town that doesn't really appreciate her and doesn't really want to be saved by her. So how do you do that? Find out right here.
Trinity, Volume 1. This is called Better Together. So, if you've been keeping up with Rebirth, you'll know that it's a different Superman than the one that Batman and Wonder Woman have been hanging out with. So, the first issue just opens up with them, getting to know each other again. A great homage to Rainbow Batman shows up in this, which is spectacular.
Rainbow Batman all at once.
Yeah, it's Francis Manipal doing the Rainbow Batman, which is awesome. But yeah, and then somebody is trying to basically brainwash them all to their biggest fears. I wonder who that could be. But yeah, super solid book.
Prankster. Toyman.
Do you want to know, really?
I know.
Oh, okay. So, but it's a really awesome book. I'm a huge fan of Rebirth going on, and I love getting to reread new Volume 1s.
Blame Master Edition Volume 6. I've got a manga heavy week this time around. The thing is that we haven't mentioned these yet, I don't believe. So I want to make sure to point these out to fans of a beautiful presentation. These books are gorgeous. Also just dark sci-fi. This is like a really creepy, tense, visceral sort of experience. I really dig this storyline. It's very, Dark City rolled up with.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think of like who the characters remind me of. It's just cool, edgy sci-fi. If you like those '90s movies that are all sort of better than The Matrix, yeah, I said it. This is your thing.
Here, you do this one because I have 2 left and you only have 1 left.
Wasn't one of those the? No, okay.
Yeah.
Defenders, Volume 1, Diamonds Are Forever. You got the street-level team, the Marvel team of Luke Cage, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and the Iron Fist, also well known from their TV appearances on Netflix. This is great because like Diamondback is back, and he's got a whole new mean disposition. There's a battle in for like the Kingpin of Crimes
Kingpinmanship.
position, including Black Cat, and all sorts of great things are going. Beautiful art by David Marquez. Awesome, just perfect street level writing by Brian Michael Bendis. Did you hear what had happened to him?
Yeah, is he actually blind?
Well,
Or did it go and he
was-
got back?
I think he's getting his sight back.
Okay.
Or like, yeah, he had like an infection that like,
Yeah, like MRSA
nearly-
or something.
nearly killed him.
Yeah.
So, but like with his friends and family and support of other creators, they, kind of helped him fight back. Shocking news! I had no idea.
Yeah.
Until he had tweeted about it like last week or a few days ago.
Yeah, but he went blind for a little bit.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Oh, he was like near death. He said blind for like 4 days or something like that.
Jeez.
Get better, Brian.
Yeah.
You're one of my favorite comic writers. I hope you have a speedy recovery. We're looking forward to seeing what you bring to DC Universe. For now, I will enjoy the Defenders trade paperback again.
I have this beautiful hardcover edition of Descender, Volume 1. This is actually, I believe, the first 3 trade paperbacks. If you do not know anything about this book, you need to come by and pick this up tomorrow, because this is one of my favorite books by Image right now. Jeff Lemire is writing it. Dustin Nguyen is doing this beautiful watercolor work with it. Basically, in the future, we colonize an entire system. Yeah, sci-fi stuff like that. There's robots, there's aliens, everything's cool.
You sold me.
And then these giant planet-sized robots show up and just destroy one entire planet. So then all robots become outlawed. And then we find this one named Tim 21, who may or may not be connected to these giant planet-sized robots. Then, man, it gets crazy. You find out about scrappers, people who are bounty hunters for robots. You find just conspiracies within conspiracies. This is a very deep, very multifaceted book, because parts of it are just heartwarming and parts are just rip your guts out. Beautiful series. Volume 3, did that sell it better?
No, it was much better.
Okay, thank you. If you're a huge fan of Image, they've been doing a lot of these hardcover editions, Sex Criminals, East and West, pretty much every series.
I mean, I'm pretty jealous of whoever is introduced to the series with that beautiful volume.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. Dustin Nguyen's one of my top 3 artists. Jeff Lemire is one of my top 5 writers. So,
Yeah.
you should read it.
It's a perfect book. It's really good.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man, The Clone Conspiracy. Full confession time.
Here we go.
I hated the Clone Saga. Every aspect of it. Just the worst thing ever. Didn't like the 70s stuff. Didn't like the 90s stuff at all.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Miles Warren. The
just
Jackal.
anytime the Jackal came up, it was like, ugh,
Here we go.
God, don't want to do this. So I was a bit fearful going in, even though Dan Slott's Spider-Man has been flawless to me since the beginning of Brand New Day. I thought, well, I guess I just won't care as much about this one. I was wrong. It's awesome. It's really good. There's enough twists and turns and surprises and crazy stuff going on. Plus, it's wrapped up with what's been going on and what will happen. So it's an integral part of the Spider-Man story of the past few years. I actually loved it. So, go figure.
Nice. My last one, as usual, is the Sidekick Special of the Week, and this is Hulk Season 1 by Fred Valente, sorry, and Tom Fowler. So, cool thing about these books is the Season 1 is just kind of like an updated origin book. We have some different ones over at Sidekick too, I believe, like the X-Men one and the Ant-Man one, but it's just like a good way to get reacquainted with characters that you've been loving forever.
Or if you're just fairly new to the genre and you
Yeah.
don't have like these 50 years of backup, stories that you've read, then it's a great way to, here's your intro to them.
Yeah.
Or you saw the movie and like you want to know more about Ant-Man. Boom, there you go.
So these usually go for $24.99. We're doing them for $5. Yeah, which
All
is
of them? Or just that one?
just this one.
Oh, okay.
Just this one for right now. But yes, super awesome. I mean, it's the Hulk, you know.
Who doesn't love the Hulk?
Exactly. Green Jeans, as he was called.
No.
He wasn't called Green Jeans? What was he called then?
It's called the Green Skin Goliath.
Are you sure he wasn't called Green Jeans?
He wore purple jeans.
No, but I'm like 80% sure somebody called him Green Jeans once. Anyways,
That was a TV Kids host, Mr. Green Jeans.
there could be more than one Green Jeans. Anyways, I will fully admit if I'm wrong, if I'm proven wrong. This, I'm just kidding. So yeah, $5. So let's quickly go through everything we got going on because we got to put out the comics. Tomorrow, signing with Janet Harvey for Angel City. That's from 5 to 7 tomorrow.
She'll also be here for a special girls' night, ladies' night.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Thursday night.
From 7 to 10.
7 to 10.
Yeah. So I'm really stoked about that. I have some questions about Angel City. I want to, see how she got into the process of doing a really great noir book because I think it's cool.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
We've got the Friday before Christmas at Outlaw Moon. We're doing our third annual White Elephant Magic Draft Tournament.
Cool.
It's awesome. It's one of my favorite things we do. If you're a Magic player, get in touch with me about details. It's super fun. It's silly, and however you place in the tournament, the higher up, the later you get to get your prize, your present.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, super fun time. Ask me about it.
Nice. And if you guys don't know, Brandon is an expert card thrower. I found out today. It was very impressive. I was like, whoa.
I didn't even know I was actually that good either.
Yeah, don't be humble.
I didn't.
Own it.
It's like, I'm pretty good at it, but those sleeves were all just pretty much
Yeah.
going right where they needed to go.
It was pretty awesome. We have a queer book club on December 17th. That's going to be Motor Crush. That's on Sunday. That's the 17th.
What time?
It's 5.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
We do those at Outlaw Moon. All of our book clubs are at Outlaw Moon.
Yeah, just because we have more chairs and stuff there.
We got a special party planned.
We do, which I just found out about.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So continue.
Well, it's the Saturday before Christmas, which is the
23rd. Yeah.
I don't know the details of it all right now, but
TBD.
for anyone that has been to any of our Saturdays before Christmas, it's a sale.
Oh.
Yeah. So stay tuned if you're on Facebook, which clearly you are. Check out our events. It's listed there, and join that event, and that way you'll get updates and information as it develops.
Nice. Well, I don't really got anything else. You got anything else?
I'm gonna play some D&D over at Outlaw Moon at 7:30. So tune in, and we'll see what happens when they get the Conch of Traveling.
Okay.
They're gonna go to the Maelstrom, which is I don't know if they're going to do it today. It depends on what they want to do, but pretty soon they'll be going to the Maelstrom, which is the Temple of the Storm Giants.
It also sounds like a cool dance club.
Very 1980s.
We're going to the Maelstrom.
Or 1995.
Yeah.
Blade the Vampire Hunter.
Or it seems like a place that like hackers would go to.
Oh,
You know,
man,
like the
that's good.
movie Hackers.
No, they all go to like the Binary or something. Crash something.
Crash and Burn. Oh man, Hackers is such a great movie.
Crash Syndrome. That's where I get my drinks.
Awesome. Well, you can follow me at SuperTyDenton1. You can follow you at.
Comic Book Brandon.
You can follow both of us at Austin Books, and we'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you
It's
then.
a huge week. A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah. Xmas.
We've got some Xmas happening.
Xmasing.
I'm gonna zoom in on you.
Hey, how's it going? Maelstrom.